The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Market Fantasy. They bring them offer for new customers, which is $5. Give $5 bonus funds, which is promo code MLB SGPN. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. It's currently Friday, September 26th, around 10 a.m. Eastern. Here to break down some baseball props. A reminder, by the way, if you are not aware, we are doing a doubleheader for the prop show. We're doing the MLB show now. And right after the show, we are doing the NFL Week 4 episode. So we're going to be doing back-to-back prop episodes there for baseball in the NFL. Point is, though, for this episode, Scott Reichel, once again joined by Adam Rosenberg, and together we're going to break down the baseball props for the show. Sad times, Adam. It is the final regular season episode for now of the MLB prop show. Of course, we're still doing the postseason, so it's not that big of a deal. But we've come a long way. We have talked about props for months, and now we are almost at the finish line of the regular season. How you holding up? You okay?
Good. Yeah, we're good. Except for, sorry to everybody for bleeding out on Wednesday. 0-2-1. I caught that Void King AIDS that you had, and Sawinski didn't play.
I had my classic 1-1-1 with the Void in there. So
yeah, it's fine. Honestly, I was looking at all of our stuff, and we kind of crushed over the course of everything. But this is the last one. I'd said we weren't going to do a lot. We're not going to do a lot, but we will do our plays. And there's some stuff that I do like, because I had to go through like who cares, like who doesn't, like the Dodgers have absolutely nothing to play for because like Cubs are locked into the 4, Phillies are locked into at least the 2.
I'm thinking of some updated stuff. The Dodgers clinched the division.
They clinched the division, but they're locked into the into that 3.
They officially eliminated the Marlins, so they were now another
Wait, team. The Marlins were
in theory they had like 20 tiebreakers, and they needed the exact outcome to work out. And what was it? Is it Professor Strange, Doctor Strange? Which one's the one?
What's wrong with you? Yeah,
I don't really watch Marvel that much. Point is, they checked out all the outcomes, and they needed one outcome to work out. It didn't work out. So now they got eliminated too. So if you're adding to the tally of teams that have nothing to play for the final weekend, those are a couple more teams you could add to your list.
I see D Johnson asking, are we worried about pitchers getting pulled early because of playoffs? Yeah, and that's some of those folks are not being picked. I was looking really hard at Aaron Nola today, because like he's incentivized to have a good start, to do whatever he probably does. I might want to push him for our underdog play, but staying away from a lot of those guys.
On a separate note, by the way, besides our plays, we did go for, speaking of, a pitcher getting pulled early last time out, and he did not, and yet we still almost won the same game parlay on Scheme.
Oh, I owe you. I had to put that in my tally. I owe you for that.
It's fine. It's $40. It wasn't that big of a deal.
For some reason, I thought it was 100. Okay, never mind.
No, it's 40.
I will update the tally.
It was going to be 100 each, and then I realized like we're kind of just gambling on them to pull them early, so we'll go smaller here. But cool. It was plus 475. We took his under strikeouts, under earned runs, and under hits allowed. And Skeens actually was about to cash everything for us. And then they brought him out for the 6th inning. And he needed to not strike anybody out in the inning. And then Steer struck out as the final batter that he faced. So we were one out away.
It also got him to 200.
I know. We were one out away. And unfortunately, Steer let us down. And then, of course, he got pulled right after it. So, yeah, we're that close to a plus 475. But it didn't work out. Either way, though, once again, not the best episode last time out, not the worst. We'll try to sweep the final regular season card that we're going to be doing props for. Anyway, anything you want to talk about before we get into the actual props or no?
No, we cooked on NFL, if anybody's paying attention to us there.
Yeah. All right. Point is four.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'm going to
say, dude, it was like a 7-unit night.
I'm saving the NFL recap for the NFL show.
That's fine, but people from here should go over there.
Yeah. Once again, we're doing it back to back. So check that out. But point is, before we get into any of the props that we have for the Friday baseball card, reminder that we have an app for SGPN content. Check out the SGPN app in the App Store for free. Access to all of our picks and podcasts. One easy location. So instead of going to, for example, the MLB Gambling Podcast YouTube channel, then the Propcast YouTube channel to find both of the prop shows, go to the app. It's in one easy location. So it takes less time to find. Go to the SGPN app, free to download on the App Store. So, point is, moving on to the actual props for the card. Adam, what's going to be your first MLB player prop here for Friday?
Excuse me one moment because I'm looking at what we got. We also took an NHL prop because I've started the rumor that we might be doing an NHL show.
Hooch.
Yeah, I really like. I slept on it. And I really like that. Like we maxed. So for those who care about hockey, the 1.5 of you, I'm just trying to find what the number is. We got 4 plus 438 for the season, which I think is great. So we got it. We have Kucherov,
power play points
leader.
Cooch
season. Cooch. We will be very big Tampa Bay power play fans, but we're not here to talk about that. Let's talk about what I got for us right now. And there's a guy. Do you know how many times this is a guy who used to be on your shit list?
Okay.
All right. So
are you backing him or are you fading him? To be clear.
Well, hold on. Let me get there.
Okay.
He used to be on your shit list.
Okay.
He is a pitcher. I think this year you finally became okay with him, and
you're setting me up for Ciccone being really good in his last 3 starts.
It's actually so it was very close to being Ciccone, just to be very clear, but he's actually been still bad on the road, so I didn't want to do that. Look, it's our guy Trevor Rogers. Do you know how many times?
Yes, he's been very, very good.
You know how many times Trevor Rogers has given up more than 2 runs? 0
times since June 18th.
Yeah, or once this season is the non like autistic way of saying
he's made I don't even know, like 15 starts or something crazy.
Yeah, it's unreal. And there's a couple rogue 125 minus 125s and minus 136 if you guys want that, and we took it, and we are on that, by the way, Scott. That's a play. This Yankees team has stuff to play for. Still is not good against Trevor Rogers. Still is not great against lefties in these parts in terms of the earned runs. And again, one last time, let's roll them out. Under 2.5 earned runs at minus 125 for Trevor Rogers.
I mean, you're not going to get any hesitation for me to agree with you there, because
0, by the way, a week ago when he was against the Yankees.
Yeah, it's great. We had that in an underdog entry, and that worked out. So I think Rogers is good. You could argue with Baltimore, maybe wanting to play spoiler, maybe he goes distance. In reality, who cares?
Who cares?
Their season's over. He's great. I don't know if we want to consider him for a Cy Young next year, but point is,
I like Bradish more, but I like
that's fine.
I like the Orioles overall. Orioles are going to be one of so for people who care, Orioles will be one of our first bets.
If they overcorrect on the win total, it's going to be an option for us. But the point is, I do think Rogers, with nothing to pitch for besides playing spoiler, he might only go like 5 in this game, because why bother? So we'll see what happens, but I like him anyway. And as you said before, he's allowed less than 3 earned in basically every start for 2.5 months. So, yeah, I like Rogers too. Even if the Yankees do win, I think it might be off the bullpen in this game. So, there you go. I think Rogers should go well. What was the price on that again?
Minus 125.
Yeah, so I like the number.
I got it at minus 136 because you and I are banned from MGM. Yeah, but I still like it at that. I like it up to. I like it up to minus 140, to be totally honest.
Okay, sounds good. Moving on to my first prop. I actually have no pitcher props. I have only batters. I'm going to fade a guy in a must-win game, actually. Or you could argue that the entire series for both the Yankees and for Toronto are must-win games. More so for New York, because Toronto is a tiebreaker. But you're looking at Toronto taking on the Rays. I will fade Vlad Jr. I'm going to take Vlad Jr. under 1.5 bases at minus 125. He's been bad lately. He's at less than 2 bases in 12 of his last 15 games. He's also been bad at home. He's at less than 2 bases in 13 of his last 15 home games. And you have Hauser pitching for Tampa. Vlad has been god-awful against Hauser in his career. He has 1 hit in 12 plate appearances against Hauser. He stinks in the head-to-head. He's been really bad lately. I like the price here. Give me Vlad Jr. under 1.5 bases minus 125. Simply put.
Looked at it. I liked it. It was something that was one of the ones that I was looking at that I was like, oh, this could be a good one. So yeah, no, I'm into it. I like it a lot.
So
cool. All right. Let's go to another guy who you and I used to hate on that has gotten a lot better, and I would argue has been nearly as lights out as Trevor Rogers. This is we're going to go down to where is he? We're going to go down to South Beach. We're going to take Mr. Sandy Alcantara under 5.5 hits allowed. He is under this in 7 of his last 10. 6 of his last 7. He's just been great. Both meetings against the Mets this year, he's been under this. Mets are dying. This is probably the best term.
They won yesterday. We'll see, but it would be classic Mets fashion if they lost the series to Miami over the weekend.
Miami would love nothing better than to do that too.
Yeah.
So Lindor's from there, so we'll see what happens. Or he went to school and
could be a nice audition star for Alcantara if they trade him during the offseason.
Probably to the Mets.
Not to the Mets. I'm sure a couple teams would reach out.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he's got a contract for it. But yeah, look, he's been great. Any way you cut it, he's just been great. But I don't know why this is 5.5 hits and it's flat. It's flat if you get it at MGM. If you're us and you cannot use MGM, all these people send me things like, "Is this on MGM?" I'm like, Scott and I have literally not been able to use MGM.
We think MGM's a soft book. The problem is they were too soft that they threw us off the book. So yeah.
Minus 114 on.
We don't believe in trap lines on BetMGM. We just think that they price things incorrectly all the time.
We just took complete advantage of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. As you should.
We should. Anyway, so Sandy Alcantara under 5.5 hits allowed.
I actually looked into his strikeouts yesterday, but then I realized the Mets were not striking out that much recently.
They still don't, yeah.
Yeah, so I stayed away from it. But his strikeouts were 4.5, so that's why I kind of thought about it, but I ended up pulling the plug. So that was not one of the plays.
He's been great. Like, if you want to I'm like looking at Handigraph stuff, which, by the way, for those of you guys that are on Handigraphs, you will notice if you go to Fangraphs that there is no data after in the postseason. You won't get any of it. You'll get it from Baseball Savant, and it's all over the place, but you can get it in Handigraphs all
in one easy location.
You can't get that anywhere else. We might even give people a promo code to do it. And hockey is coming. But according to Handigraphs data, Sandy Alcantara's last 5 starts has an ERA of 3.21 and expected ERA at 3.06. His FIP is great. His K minus BB is 20%. He's been.
The point is, since I was looking at his strikeouts yesterday, I ended up looking through the Handigraph stuff. He's been really good for the last 5 starts.
Nope. I see the Sports Gambling Podcast with Sean and Kramer also does about. They do. Our show is son of Sports Gambling Podcast.
The difference is we purposefully coordinated our schedule now. It's why it's on Friday instead of Thursday. We didn't want to step on the toes of pre-existing shows. So we decided to
namely, I didn't want to get yelled at by CJ.
The point is we decided to open a new time slot for the show because we were previously, it wasn't intentional. We accidentally scheduled it on Thursdays at the same time as another show. So we were going to move it. So that's why it's on Friday.
Yep.
So there we go.
Cool. Sandy, under. Let's do it.
Okay. Before we get into my second prop for the Friday card, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, MyBookie.ag. Who's Bookie?
My Bookie.
So, using to bet on football, college football, they have a prop builder, second to none. They have a simple motto: bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Use crypto for deposits and payouts when you sign up for a new account. Use the code SGPN for 100% and bet back bonus $500 for the customers. Look at the G promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, which is America's #1 sports futures market. Since Novig's an exchange, we're getting some of the best prices available in the market, available in 30 states. Download the Novig app, $50 when you spend just $5. If you use the promo code SGPN, so once again on the actual Novig, promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our first couple props for the show. Time to move on into my second prop for the Friday card. I'm going to go back to that Mets and Marlins game, going with a pretty decent plus money play. I'm going to go with Eric Wageman. I'm going to take his over half a single at plus 140. So you're looking at his numbers, and he's been great recently. He's had at least one single in 8 of his last 9 games, and over the past 3 home games, he has 5 singles. And you have a young pitcher in a Sprout going for New York who maybe gets shelled. We saw Tong get shelled against the Cubs. You keep throwing these young starters out there in big games, they might implode. But you're looking at Wageman, and he's been really good lately at singles. And I saw that his hits prop was at minus 128, but his singles plus 140. And a lot of his hits are singles. So give me Wageman's single at plus 140. 8 of the last 9 games. I think it's a great price of 140. So I'll take that against a young pitcher.
I always called him Wagaman, but yeah.
Wageman, we'll figure it out. But point is, I know that he's not been that good against righties, and that might be why the line is this, I'd say, generous. But 8 of the last 9, 5 singles in the last 3 home games. plus 140 against a relative unknown in Sprout. Sure, I'll take plus 140. I like the price.
Let's do it.
So
Cool.
There you go. Anything you want to add before we get into your final prop?
No.
Cool. So what's your final prop?
You and I are going to be the same game for this final prop, but I am with different players, but I think it's the same thing. I think you and I both don't like Mitch Keller today. Would that be accurate?
I do not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a player.
It's going to segue into my final prop, but yes, I'm not a fan of Mitch Keller.
I just said that. It's my final prop too. I did this. You're killing the bit. You're
saying you're not a fan of, like, yes, so much so we both decided to go against him.
So much so.
Final prop.
I also want to let me check something before I
remember when he was getting serious trade deadline interest, and then
he probably quit after he didn't get traded.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Let me just see one thing. I'm on the blue book right now. I just want to see something. Okay, so, okay, I don't know, but I guess maybe he will. I don't know. I don't buy. You and I have Drake Baldwin like 50-1 Rookie of the Year tickets. I don't buy that it's alive. To be completely clear,
I think Horton's going to win it.
I think Horton's going to win it too. But
especially with the Cubs making the playoffs. But
yeah, I just think he stabilized that entire pitching.
No, that's how I feel. I think that if it was a situation where the Cubs and the Braves both missed, then you'd have an argument.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he saved that rotation.
I think his odds are so. Anyway, I think Drake Baldwin's odds are short because he's the best hitting rookie, but I don't think he's going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, same here.
Anyway, that said, I am on Drake Baldwin today. Drake Baldwin's been on a tear. He's making sure that everybody knows that he exists. And Mitch Keller's been terrible against lefties lately. He's been terrible just in general, but he's been really bad against lefties. Pretty big hard hit rate, all the jazz. I'm going to take Drake Baldwin over 1.5 total bases plus odds, plus 115, which he has gone over in 4 of his last 5 and 7 of his last 10. Dude is on a tear. And, I love me a good, against righties is 4 of his last 5 again. He's been crazy. And I was looking at his heat map. He's killing fastballs, he's killing sliders, killing curveballs. Only thing he's not killing is a changeup, which, I'm a little worried about, but not really. So I'm going to take Drake Baldwin. This is just a simple Drake Baldwin over 1.5 total bases and his home run. His home run is a bonkers price. His home run is $560.
Yeah, that's a pretty big price.
That's a crazy price. Price
for a home game in Atlanta.
He hit one last night. He's at 4 in his last 10 games. What are we doing here? And
Keller stinks.
That's terrible. Let me see. And then Baldwin. Yeah, Drake Baldwin has 2 barrels in his last 5 games, 7 hard hits. His ISO is 429. These are crazy ass numbers. His expected batting average could be higher, but I'm fine with this. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with another batter in that same lineup because I think Keller's going to struggle. I'm going Acuna in this one. Give me Acuna over 1.5 bases. Found minus 103.
He's batting third.
Price for. He's had at least 2 bases in 7 of the last 10. You see Keller's pitching, and Acuna's owned him head-to-head. He has 7 hits in 19 plate appearances against Keller. 3 of the 7 were home runs. So I see Jason mentioning my exact same stat as I was reading it off. I
feel like you and I had both had Braves last week too. Last Friday.
I actually don't remember that.
We had Kim and
that's right. Kim came
Acuna.
through for me.
And I said Acuna. Right. Acuna bombed one that still hasn't landed on the first at bat.
That's right. And then Kim hit a bomb against Detroit.
Yeah, we both were right. So that was a good show.
So both worked out, but point is Acuna historically has been good against them, and the fact is we both think Keller stinks.
Yep.
So give me a couple hits, a double, home run, whatever the hell Acuna wants to do. So give me Acuna over 1.5 bases at minus 103. Anyway, I'm moving on to the Platonic section. By the way, I see a quick comment from Andres in the comment section asking about PCA. He's wondering if you think PCA does well today because he's thinking of a home run potentially. So wondering if you have any thoughts on PCA.
Let me look. PCA?
Yeah.
PCA is not on my radar right now, but let me check. No, and the only reason why is he has no barrels. Got some hard hits. This Cubs team's kind of the ones that I feel like are going to still do it in the playoffs, but they just don't look good.
Oh, so you think they are going to do it in the playoffs?
Well, I think that they'll get it together. I think they'll just find a way to get it together. I like this team. I like a team that's like kind of buy and low to get in, but feels like forever since they've been hitting.
Personally, I think they're one and done, but we'll see what happens.
One and done to the Mets.
Whoever they play.
They play the Mets, or no? They play.
They don't play the Mets.
No, the 4 seed.
No, I thought the Mets play the Dodgers because Dodgers are the last division winner, and they play.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They play San Diego in the first round.
That's fine. San Diego stinks too.
I agree. I think I would take San Diego over them at this point, but honestly, I'm not even sure.
God, man, the Phillies have such an ideal
situation.
They do. They beat the Dodgers like 5 or 6 times this year.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you mentioned the Cubs. Not going for a full segue here, but they haven't been hitting for like 3 months. I think I'm good on this team.
Okay, that's fair.
It also involves backing Craig Counsell do anything in October. I'm good.
So, okay. Wow. Wow. Cleveland played Detroit in the wild card.
As of right now, yes. Shout out, by the way, to the Tigers and the Astros. They actually both won a game yesterday. Congratulations. You guys finally realized you're supposed to be winning at this time of the year. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But Yankees clinch minimum the top wild card spot, and they're still tied with Toronto. So we'll see what happens.
Dude, it'll be really. I took that for Kramer too. And
yeah.
I'm just
point is, though, the Cubs are not playing the Mets because the Mets would play.
I thought they were for a bit. I have Mets.
Division winner.
Look, my nightmare scenario is the D-backs making the nightmare. I will not financially recover situation is the D-backs and the D-backs making the playoffs and the Tigers missing the playoffs.
Shout out to Arizona, by the way, for blowing the extra inning game and then getting shut out by the Dodgers with a bullpen game. You moved Gallen back in basically a must-win game and you got your asses kicked. So that's an interesting maneuver by Arizona. But yeah, whatever. I mean, you had a good day yesterday though because the Mets won, Arizona lost, Cincinnati won.
Yeah, I have Mets 6 seed, which I took at 7-1 a couple months ago, and I have.
You have Mets.
What I also have a lot on is I have Phillies, Cubs, and LCS exacta.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I have that at like 40 or something to 1. And
well, to be clear though, isn't that impossible?
No, Phillies are on the other side of the bracket. Locked into
they're on the other side of the bracket. Okay.
Unless the Phillies get the 1 seed, which I don't think they will.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay. Right. So the Phillies are locked, and the Phillies have no reason to want the 1 seed. I would much rather play the Dodgers or the Mets than the Padres.
Yeah, and Joe's agreeing with me that the Diamondbacks punted yesterday. So congrats.
Well, they punted yesterday because they have Gallen today. Yeah, the D-backs definitely punted.
Congrats on taking the Dodgers to clinch the division yesterday, but it feels weird trying to punt games when you're trying to catch teams in the wild card race.
Yeah, it was. Well, I think that's a dumb organization. So
I think it is too. So
yeah,
there you go.
I do not think that the D-backs are good. I think the D-backs are one of the biggest mirage frauds I've ever seen in the last couple of years, given that they went to the World Series. Remember when the Rockies went to the World Series against the
Red Sox?
Against the Red Sox,
and they got that smoked. Team.
Yeah,
I'm such a fan of that team.
Yeah, Kaz Suzuki.
For the record,
Kaz Suzuki, dude. Kaz Suzuki was awesome.
I still don't think that Matt Holliday ever touched home plate.
No, Gallen was always pushed to today. Like he was slated and they pushed him because they were punting that game. Yeah,
I still don't think that once again in the wild card game against San Diego that Holliday ever touched home plate. But that's a separate story.
But yeah, that Rockies team. So anyway, the Diamondbacks, I would put them with that Rockies team.
I think it's funny to mention it because that was one of the flukier World Series of all time because Texas stinks now too.
They beat the Phillies. I was at those games. Yeah,
that was the Alvarez bullpen fiasco, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
He covered himself in dirt while he was in the bullpen. He poured Gatorade or whatever on him to get himself.
Yeah. Oh, Cincy. I don't know if Cincy's really a fraud as much as they're just not great.
I sent you a fun meme about Cincinnati.
That was really funny. That was actually really funny.
But
David Bell was terrible.
Yeah, the meme is that it's the Reds and it's like 82 and 80. And it's the human resources meme. So it's the Reds with Tito going 82 and 80. It's it's great. And it's the Reds going 82 and 80 with David Bell. It's human resources.
Yeah.
It's just the same outcome. It's just the problem is the NL wildcard race stinks this year. So they're still in the running. But they're basically the same team record-wise. But yeah, point is Arizona punted a game yesterday. Toronto did too and they won because the bullpen was great. But they have an excuse because Berrios got injured. So Barris is on the IL now. So they actually hasn't
pitched in a week and a half or something.
The point is that they're missing a starter. So they had to try something. So that kind of is what I'm referring to. But either way, we'll see what happens. But I'm not a fan of this Cubs team at all. So we'll see. But either way,
I'm not a fan. I mean, look, I have these from when
I'm not a fan of San Diego either, though. So something's got to give in that series.
Yeah, I mean, don't tell anybody, but the Brewers have massively cooled off.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of tough
like,
to stay that hot, but
and this team is not, and I don't like this team for the playoffs either because
they also had injuries. Woodruff had his
dude.
annual IL stint right before the playoffs.
Yeah,
it happens every year.
Well, they blew his arm out.
Yes, they did, which
really
happens
stupid.
all the time.
So anyway,
well, there you go.
Arizona is an emotional team, and they haven't been happy since they started giving away teammates. You could see it after Naylor. Yeah, my only thing I know about Arizona is that a lot of very attractive hairdressers are from Scottsdale.
I still can't stand that pitching staff. So that's my main concern with the team. All right. Anyway, shout out to Carroll, though. I believe he was the first Diamondback ever to finish 30-30. So
that's our guy.
That's our guy.
We were on an island with that bet, and then he got hurt.
Yeah. It was a shame because he was having a very good season.
He was having an MVP year.
Yeah, there it was. I mean, Ohtani was going to win it anyway because he got 50 plus and whatever, but it is what it is.
Ohtani was struggling at that point, and it was
correct. I'm saying in hindsight, like it was going to Ohtani, but
we had 50-1.
Yeah, with 50-1.
Everybody was slurping Ketel. By the way, Ketel is never going to be an MVP bet for either of us.
He gets hurt too much.
Gets hurt too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, and we took it, and we gave it out, and I gave it out on air, and I didn't.
That's why we pivoted off of Mark.
Yeah, it was good. It was actually my favorite bet that we had that didn't work out. But
but either way, a point is 4. Get into any of also J-Ram, by the way, not going to win MVP, but
another one that we like. But yeah, I agree.
So we picked guys that might finish as top 10 guys, but they didn't get there. But still, J-Ram,
J-Ram's going to get top 5 votes.
Yeah, I mean, he better. This Cleveland team got carried by him.
Yeah.
So there you go. Point is 4. Get into the best bets for the show. A reminder, they're brought to you by Rink Fantasy. Going to give out an entry in a few minutes. Play the fantasy pick'em entries where you can win 500 times your money. Pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of different sports. They have a brand new offer for new customers. Put just $5. Get $50 bonus funds. Use promo code MLB SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They've been off to a great start in college football and the NFL. They have a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets at the same type menu model that you build and can win 1K. And a reminder, you can also use a discount code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for a quarter off your first month. Download the Rhythm app. Use code SGPN25. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through our props for the card. Time to move on into our best bets. Adam, what is your best bet for the show?
Trevor Rogers.
Okay. So, Trevor Rogers to do Trevor Rogers things.
Yeah.
And what was the price on that again? 125?
Yeah, minus 130.
I think he said it moved to 136, but who cares? Or
we got it on Profit X because I can't. Yeah, 125.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. For my best bet, I am actually going to fade Vlad. I'll fade Vlad under 1.5 bases, minus 125. I got to go for an under on my last regular season episode. It's been my calling card all season, and in reality, he's been really bad. He's had less than 2 bases in 12 of the last 15, less than 2 bases in 13 of the last 15, and he has 1 hit in 12 plate appearances against Hauser. I like the spot to fade Vlad, and I think he might end up getting a single. But 2 bases at this price, I think, is a pretty good bargain for the under. Give me the under on Vlad Jr. bases, 1.5. All right, so moving on to the underdog entry. Anything you want to recycle? Anything you want to talk about?
I kind of want to take. I don't mind a good Aaron Nola start.
Okay, so you're mentioning Nola being motivated to go well here
because he's right now. So they haven't made a decision on all their playoff rotations.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is he auditioning for a playoff rotation spot? Because I figured he was.
Yeah. So I think his fantasy score is low, so I'd like to take the higher fantasy score on that.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Okay. What else do we like?
I mean, I don't mind recycling the Rogers play. It's been a free space for the last 2.5 months.
You want to do his fantasy points?
I'd rather just go for the earned runs.
Okay.
Because with the starting pitchers, unless they're motivated like Nola, there is a chance they get pulled early for no reason. So I don't want to bother.
All right, let me see if there's a batter that I liked too. Okay, so a batter that I really liked, kind of like Trevor Story.
I mean, I was going to ask if you wanted to just fade Keller and take his earned runs or something.
No, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
We both think he's going to stink, so it's kind of
and he may not. They may pull him. You don't know. Like, we don't know.
They might. I mean, they might trade him during the offseason. So
yeah.
I see Joe mentioning Hendricks 4 strikeouts in his retirement start.
Let me see.
Final start for Kyle Hendricks, so it was fun while it lasted.
Professor. Do people in the chat still? Do you think people in the chat get that reference?
No.
Yeah. It's a 2016 reference?
I think besides 2016, I just think people don't.
They've always called him the Professor.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think people have thought enough about Hendricks' nickname. Isn't it like Sonny Gray's nickname is Pickles?
Pickles, yeah.
And I'm sure most people forgot that was a thing.
I don't think I want this again. So, no, but I liked Trevor Story, and he's been good to us in.
You want the HRR?
It's 2.5, so I'd rather just take the bases. He's just been kind of murdering the ball.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, it's a 5.6 with an alleged payout of 280, which we know doesn't really exist.
Yeah, we'll see what it changes to.
If someone can explain to us what's actually happening on Underdog when we put these in, when it tells us it's 1, but it never really is, that'd be great.
Yeah, it says you win and the price changes, and we're like, all right, I guess.
Like Scott's like, can you tell me how much is mine? I'm like, I can't until tomorrow.
He sends me screenshots. I'm like, great. If it wins, tell me what the actual payout is.
Yeah. It's one time it was way higher than we thought.
It was, yeah.
We've been really good on underdogs this season.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, cool. I just did it. Okay, so Aaron Nola higher 31.5 fantasy score. Trevor Rogers lower 2.5 earned runs. Trevor Story higher 1.5 total bases against Casey Mize is what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Done.
All right, cool. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for the show. As a reminder, though, to make it convenient for everybody, once again, Adam, once you submit that, can you remind everybody what your 3 plays are for the show?
My 3 plays for the show are Trevor Rogers under 2.5 earned runs, Drake Baldwin over 1.5 total bases, a sprinkle on that home run, and Sandy Alcantara under 5.5 hits allowed.
Yeah, so mine's going to be Vlad Jr. under 1.5 bases, minus 125 as my best bet. I have Wegman over half a single at plus 140, and I also have Acuna over 1.5 bases at minus 103. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for the baseball show. A reminder, check out the Propcast feed. This is also appearing on the Propcast feed, by the way. We started adding it to the YouTube live stream for Propcast. We're doing the NFL show on there in a second, so make sure you check that out on the Propcast feed. Week 4 props coming up in a few minutes. Until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.